Well, hello, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Tina, and this is Hanging with Frugal Tina. So tonight we're gonna do a one-pot wonder, and it's gonna be inexpensive as well. The way I do that is I use things that are maybe in season or they're on sale at that time, like pumpkins everywhere. It's for sale. It's not what we're using, but that's what it is. So I went to the store, got some items. This meal comes in under $6 for 6 people. I believe it's like $5.63, but don't hold me to it because I always forget things and I get over there and there you have it. But we're making a one-pot cabbage and chicken skillet. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's heat up those pots. Come on. All right, here are the main ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some cabbage, a couple of carrots, some chicken. The chicken is supposed to be boneless, skinless, but it was cheaper for me to buy it like that. I'm just going to chop it up. And some tomato paste. I have that in my house. It sits in my freezer for a really long time. If you don't have it, you could use other things like tomato sauce or tomatoes that you crush up. Or you could use ketchup. I would use a little extra vinegar with that because it's still a little bit sweeter, so bear that in mind. First thing we're going to do is start on that chicken, get it ready, and let me show you the other things we're going to use. All right, these are the staples you're going to need. Some garlic or jarlic, some chicken broth or bouillon, some olive oil. The recipe calls for salt and pepper. I prefer Lawry's seasoned salt. It's my go-to for chicken and things like that. You're going to need some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and parsley. If you don't have it, don't worry about that. It's really just for a garnish. So that's it. All right, so to debone a chicken, I took the skin off, self-explanatory. This is the thigh. So what I do is I find the bone and I just kind of cut right down the side of the bone. Use a sharp knife so you can get as much of the meat away as possible. And then when I get it down to the edge there, I would do that on both sides. Then you just run your knife up under the bone and just cut it out. Sorry, I left a tendon there. There we go. And you just cut it out. And then I just kind of shave it down like that. So I get every last drop of the meat off. Okay? Then there's some connective tissues that you just want to cut through. And we are done that fast. So I'm going to do that to the rest of the chicken. I'll be right back. All right, so I got to cutting and totally forgot to come back. So all I'm doing is I'm taking the chicken and I'm just cutting it up into bite-sized pieces, however big or small you want it, just like that. So you didn't miss much. I left some of the fat on the chicken intentionally, but some of it I'm just kind of peeling away. All right, so let me get back to this. Boom. Basically just strips and then chunks. And I am done. Let's get over to the stove and then we'll come back for the cabbage and the carrots. All right, so next thing we're going to do is shred the carrot. A lot of times I will lay it down like that. It just makes it easier if you just do it like that and it catches it. And that's what we're getting. All right, onward, forward. All right, we're all shredded up. Let's start working on the cabbage. All right, so I cut the cabbage in half, and we're just gonna shred this up into nice long strips or short strips. Depends on how you like it. Or you could use bagged cabbage because that would have everything you need in it. I actually have one in my refrigerator that's on its way out the door. I probably should have used it, but I didn't think of it. All right, so this is what they're looking like. I don't think size or shape matters. It's just that it's cut. And depending on how you cut it will be dependent on how long it takes to cook. Because these real thin strips will cook quicker than big, bulky strips. All right, I'm halfway through the cabbage. I'm just going to take all of these, separate them apart, and I'm going to put them in the sink so I can make room to cut the other half. Before I finish up this last little bit, when you come across these really thick pieces inside the cabbage, I don't throw those away. They take a little longer to cook if you do that, but I just take them and I slice the thick ones really thin. Like that. And then you get more cabbage that way. I don't do the absolute core, but the stuff around it, I do. That's the only thing I'm throwing away is that piece right there. The rest of this is going to be shredded up. When I find big ones, I just pull them out as I'm doing. Just like that. Boom. Done. All right, so I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to meet you back over at the stove. I totally forgot to season the meat, so we're going to do it in the pan. So we're just going to put some meat in the pan. That's our chicken. Put that on low for a second. Going to hit it with some paprika, lots of it. Some pepper, medium of it. Some seasoned salt or table salt. Onion powder. Whatever you want to season yours up with. And what did I forget? I think I got it all. If not, it won't matter. I'm going to season in another layer as well anyway. So we're just going to give that a good old mix around and coat the chicken. It probably needs a little more of everything anyway, because if I can't see it, if I can't see the seasoning, it ain't there. Yeah, I might do a little bit more of everything. And the pepper. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just brown it up. So I'm turning the pan up higher now so we get a nice sear on the meat. Yeah. So that's better. I like to see it and smell it. All right, so my pan's got to get hot, and I'll show you what we're going to do from there. All right, we're about halfway there on the chicken. I'm just trying to let it get a little sear on the bottom. I also forgot that you need an onion. Well, you don't need one. You can use onion powder or onion flakes, but I like to add an onion, so I chop one up real quick. All right. I think we're good. They're not browning up like I wanted, but that's okay. It's going to be inside the cabbage. So this is what I'm looking for right here. Just a little sear on it. I think I had too much olive oil in the pan to start with. All right, I'm going to turn it down now because my pan's starting to smoke. All right, so there's a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm just going to add the onion that you didn't see me chop up, but that's okay. Piece of the onion skins in there. All right, we're going to let that start to cook down just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot because it's going to cook when I get the cabbage in here. All right, so we're going to cook that till it's slightly cooked. Wilted. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. All right, so it's getting wilted a little bit. It's not brown. That's just from the paprika. we're going to add some garlic. And the recipe for this will be in the bottom description box below. Okay? That calls for 2 tablespoons, oh, dropped it, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. But because I'm doing a serving for 6, it's 3 tablespoons. So I'm just putting in what I have here. All right, wipe my hands off. All right. So we're just gonna mix this in a second and let it get defrosted. Thaw it out. Just give it a second. All right, so it melted. That's all I wanted. Let's give that a little mix around. And then we're gonna add some cabbage next. All right, let me get the cabbage. It's soaking in water. You're not supposed to do this here at this stage, but I don't have a big enough pot for everything to fit in. So I'm just gonna put the cabbage in here to let it wilt ever so slightly, and then I'm gonna put the chicken back in. Because cabbage has a lot of volume when you first put it in, but then it shrinks up to almost nothing. Okay, so we turn it back on. I'm going to add a splash of olive oil, not much because cabbage makes its own liquid. And we're going to be adding broth. Sandwich cabbage, and there's still more in the sink. That's why I was saying it wasn't going to fit. Let me put a lid on that, let it wilt down, and get all the rest of the stuff in the pan. All right, so I let it wilt down a little bit. That's quite a bit of cabbage. This will feed a lot of people. I'm putting that back in there. And now we're going to try and mix it without it falling all out of the pot. Okay. To the cabbage and everything else, we're going to add some more of the same seasonings we've already added to the chicken. Paprika, all of that. Let's get that going. Gotta add seasoned salt to cabbage. It takes the bitter out. I tell you guys that all the time when I cook with it. More paprika. Some more onion powder. Some pepper. And some garlic. Got to give that a nice mix around. Okay, to this we're going to add some chicken broth. Just get a little bit more of a mix before I add the broth. You're going to cook this with the lid off because we want the broth to evaporate. All right. Freeze right there. Haven't made this more than once now. I don't really think you need that much chicken broth because it is full of flavor and it just seems to boil it a little bit rather than cook it. We're going to let that cook and simmer down. No lid. All right, so that's what we're looking like now. And now we're just going to add the carrots. I waited till the bitter end because I like them with a little bite to it. So you could have added them right after I added the juice, but I felt like these are so shredded they would be mush by the time we got to it. And I like the taste of cabbage and carrots mixed together. Okay? We give that a nice big old mix. Oh, I turned it all the way down. Oh, that looks good. I bet you it would taste good with vinegar on it. I like vinegar on cabbage. All right, we're just gonna give that about a minute to soften the carrots up a little bit, and then we're eating. All righty, that is done, and that was a literal minute. Not just a minute, that's really 5. That was an actual minute. We're gonna plate this up. I really don't need to serve it with anything else. If they want, they can have some crusty bread, something like that, but this is more food than we can eat. I didn't even realize how much food that was gonna make. All right, let's meet at the plate. And there's my plate. I'm gonna meet you at the table.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
We're at the table. Let's go in. I put a little bit of vinegar over here because I happen to like vinegar on cabbage, some apple cider vinegar. Eric said, no thank you, ma'am. He's going to eat it like this. It's piping hot. I just blanched those carrots in that with the cabbage and everything. Or let me just blow it first because mine's got steam coming off of it. All right, I'm ready. Ready? Let's go. That's really good. I'm gonna take a little drop of this vinegar and put it right there. Ooh. Or maybe I'll dip it in there. That's what I'll do. Whoa, whoa. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let me try it with the vinegar on it. I like it better with the vinegar, but I think everybody else will disagree with me. What you think? Good?
It's really good.
All right. Well, let me get everybody else fed, and we'll see you at the wrap-up. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How do we do? Boom. We could not finish, but I am telling you, they did a better job than I thought they would. I really didn't even think they were going to eat half that pan, and they ate everything except for a really good, decent serving size. Aiden, what'd you think about dinner?
I really liked it. It was amazing.
Okay. Eric?
I really liked it. I put some Crystal's hot sauce on it, and I made it into like a burrito. It was really good like that too.
Awesome. Tyler and Trey went to the store. If they're back in time before I start uploading all this, I'll have them put their voice on here and tell you what they think about it. But they thoroughly enjoyed it. Trey also put some hot sauce on it. He liked it that way. Eric went so far as to do the hot sauce and then wrap it up in a tortilla. Hey, as long as they eat it, I don't really care if they wrap it in. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like anything that has to do with cabbage. That's one of my favorite things to eat. So I knew I would enjoy it. I did not think that they were going to enjoy it as much as they did. I knew they would like it because I cook for them and I know what they like. But that was a huge pan. And I thought I was going to have to call my daughter and tell her to come get some of this food. And no, I did not. There is one serving left. But there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It truly helps me out. Hit the like button. That's the easiest thing you can do. All right. See you later. Bye.